Hey guys, Romie here, so please like, comment, subscribe. This is my review for Game of Thrones, Season 7, Episode 1, Dragonstone. Yes, so the episode starts off with, I love how it starts off, because it's like right from the beginning, it lets you know that we're not playing around, because we only have one more season, so we have to keep this going. Now, it starts it all off with, we see House of Frey. I said, ugh, okay. That's exactly my response. It's, oh, gross. I'm just remembering years of everything that they've done, and I said, no, I can't. I can't. Again, please like, comment, subscribe. I can't. So then we see the head honcho at House of Frey. Well, oh, Trash. I'm just going to call him Trash. So Trash, gross old Trash, was talking. He was saying how, shout out to y'all. You were the ones that went and betrayed all of our allies. You're the ones that killed all of our allies, killed pregnant women, killed husbands, killed mothers. The Starks. I mean, we really screwed them over, didn't we? Now, didn't we? Come on, drink up. And this is good stuff. Yeah, drink. I said, uh-oh, that's poison. I immediately realized that, uh-oh, it is poisoned. And I loved it. I loved every moment of it. I said, that's Arya. You couldn't tell me nothing else. I said, that's Arya. As soon as I heard what he was supposed to be saying, I said, that's Arya. So then they're drinking, and then they start coughing. And they start coughing some more. I said, thank you. Thank you for small favors. She said she wasn't coming to play with you. Because you remember that she killed the old guy last season, so it makes sense that she would go take his face. Because remember, now she's she's more than just the apprentice of the many-faced god. She isn't the many-faced god, but she might as well be like second in command, if you will. And so they're all dying. I'm cackling. That's why she told one of his daughters slash wives, Rose, no, don't drink that. He was like, oh, it's not for you. Why would I waste that on you? And I thought, huh? So once they all die, she was like, remember this, because she was telling this to this girl. You're going to go back to everyone else and tell them essentially that winter is coming. And it came for the Frey family. Winter is coming. And we're not playing around. And I love it. I love it. I love it. That's how the show starts off. And what I mean by that is, the intro, what do you call it? The intro kicks in. After that, the next scene, the army, the White Walkers, the army have done that. I said, no, this is too much. I mean, Power was on. I did my Power review early in the day. I said, I don't have the mental capacity to handle all this right now. I said, I hope it isn't too much in this first episode coming back, because I can't deal. I can't deal. But no, this episode is built more so on the imagery of it all. And so we see the leader of the White Walkers getting ready. We see the new three-eyed raven, aka Mr. Stark himself. I said, oh, that's cute. So they made it. They lived. They're at the Night's Watch, and it was like, hey, I know you. I know you. Remember me? Yeah, I just said that because I know you. All right, they can come in. I said, thank God, because I didn't have time to mix words. We get the message to Jon Snow fast. Let's get this going. Speaking of Jon Snow, that's the next person we see, along with Sansa, along with the rest of the crew, the rest of their real alliance, I guess we can say. And this was interesting because there's some clear, not division, but not miscommunication, different points of views, which is good. That's going on in this room, and most of it's happening from people on the same side. And when I say people, I mean Sansa and Jon, because what happens is Jon wants to essentially go and forgive the people that betrayed them and say, look, their house is aligned with us anyway, even though they did betray us in the past, and don't let the deeds of the father hurt the son or the rest of the family. I said, okay, he's coming from experience. This is because of his personal experience. Got it. Whereas on the other hand, Sansa said, now wait a minute. That sounds great and all, but we need to go and reward the people with the land and the title who were there from us through thick and thin, period. The people that always had our back. Littlefinger is in a clutch over there like... So the division continues. That's all I was getting from him. I looked at this like... Littlefinger's just gonna go and eat this all up. Then he's probably gonna go whisper in Sansa's ear. You don't have to write this. I already see this. But I also was cringing because I said, no, guys, this is a family argument. You're both valid, but don't show this in front of, you don't show the family mess in front of everyone. And that's what they were doing. And that's what was irritating me. I couldn't believe that they were actually going along with this. That they were actually doing this in front of everyone. Part of me was like, okay, at least they're being real. But the other part of me was like, that's stupid. You don't need to be this real in front of everyone. And so then Sansa and Jon kept going back and forth with those same points. Jon essentially, he essentially won. Sansa backed off because they were kind of showing Jon more support after Jon brought up two of the youngest from the families that were now joining them and realigning with them. And it was a great move, and it's a bunch of older men. And so to see those kids and loyalty and what it means, what their families probably went through, it touched their hearts. So then Sansa had to be quiet. She's like, oh, she had that look of, I want to shake you right now, but I can't. And the other thing is, Jon wants to go and make sure that they get the dragon glass so that they can kill the Night Walkers, the White Walkers, the Night Walkers. That's a nice name. The White Walkers, and he wants to use everyone. He wants to use, as long as you're at age 10, you're going to be doing something, men and women. And just like half the population, that doesn't work. And that was one thing that Sansa had to look up. Okay, yeah, I agree. Women need to go and be doing stuff too. Okay, yeah, I don't need to say anything here. But there is some opposition. Like, oh, wait, so you want my daughter to go? And yes, we want your daughter, your daughter's star, and your daughter's star to go and be able to defend themselves and be able to contribute. We're at war. So then comes Lady Mom, and I love her. I love her. If you watch my reviews from last season, I love her. She was like, excuse me, I don't ask for any man's permission. I do what I want. I'm a boss. I may not be the strongest, but I'm strong. I can do what it takes to defend myself and others. So, excuse me if I don't agree with what you're trying to say and what you're trying to do. They're like, oh, I didn't mean... Yes, you did. But I'll let you live for now. For now, because we're on the same side for now. After that meeting was adjourned, Jon and Sansa were talking. They were talking. One side's like, why'd you have to go and do that in front of everyone? And I said, yeah, Sansa, why did you? And then the other part of me, and when Sansa was talking, I agree. It's like, yeah, well, you were only seeing your side. And she said, look, I think you're a great leader. I really do think you're a great leader. I'm opposing you because I have a point of view as well. You need to understand that Father was a great man. Everyone else, yeah, they're great, wonderful, just wonderful. Wonderful suits, wonderful swords. They were bosses. But all of those bosses got killed. So you can't just go in with their type of perspective. You have to come with something new and fresh. And it was like, oh, so is that you? Yeah, that's me. I love you. I want you to live, and I want to live as well. It's like, oh, all right. All right. So then they're like, okay. We need to realign our focus, especially, like I said, in front of those people, in front of everyone who may not wish us well, what we're going to do going forward. Oh, God, excuse me. So the other thing was Sansa wanted to make it very clear that she isn't here just to be protected. She wants to contribute. She has a right to contribute. And they get news. They get word. I said, is it going to be about the White Walkers? Is it going to be... I was trying to remember what angle. Oh, yeah. Jesus. I don't even want to say this. It was news about Cersei. Cersei, now she's the queen of all seven kingdoms and blah blah blah. And I looked at that like, okay, that's great. That's great for her. So what are you gonna do about this, John? John's acting like, well, we need to focus on the White Walkers. I said, Cersei is an animal. Her kids are all dead. The last thing I don't care if he knows or not. The last thing that you want is to leave someone like that unattended for. And that's what you're talking about. So I agree with Sansa when she said, no, that woman's cool for Cocoa Puffs. She's going to come after us. It doesn't matter if she has a southern army. They're going to find their way here. They don't stop. She doesn't stop. And it's like, oh, you have a lot of respect for her. I learned some things from her. She's still trash, but I still learned some things from her. That's normally how it is. Some of the best teachers are people you don't like. Cersei and Jaime finally have a much needed talk. Cersei's in this room. It's essentially like this map of Westeros. And she's like, all right, so this is all mine. This is all mine. Wonderful. I remember that little trash bag. I'm so glad he's dead. I didn't feel bad that Tommen died. I felt bad because I knew he never could handle it. That's why. Cersei's kind of going over everything that transpired, and so talking about Jon and Sansa, and she is not like Sansa. We know why, but she is not like Sansa. Saying the Dragon Queen's over here, the Frey is working with them, or at least part of the Frey, and she was just saying that, you know what, the enemy of thine enemy is my friend. So essentially, she's going to try and have a meeting with the other half of the Iron Islands, the other Frey. You know. But before that, Jaime was like, we need to talk. About what? Hello? Our last child died. That's pretty big. She said it hurt me. Dude, it hurt me. But here's how this goes. I had to take over. It's only us now. I want this kingdom. He said, for who? What do you mean for who? For us. That's it. It doesn't matter. I just want. She's just driven. She's always been a driven person. Now without her kids, Lord, it's only going to get worse. Those ships were bad. I said, look at those ships. Those ships. Look at that chrome. How do they have chrome? It just looks like chrome. Jaime doesn't like the fact that the Frey are coming there to speak. And I said, no, it's not the full Frey. It's the, oh, I'm going to pretend that I died in the battle so that I can go and gain power elsewhere and then come back and dethrone my brother, Frey. Yes. So now they're talking to Rebel Greyjoy. They're talking to Rebel Greyjoy, and he's talking about how, you know, of course, people like you guys, you look at what the Iron Islands, there's not a bunch of attractive people, but when it comes to that fleet, we're bosses, we're champions, and you need us. And so he was like, you know, I've always wanted to have a beautiful queen by my side, which Cersei already knew that he wanted her hand in marriage. And he said, you know what? I'm going to prove it to you, because she said, I don't trust you. Jaime said, we don't trust you. You went and killed off your own family. Why are you complimenting me when I'm talking about killing your family as well? I was like, God, we need to thin the herd. That's it. This man's trash. So Rebel Greyjoy, he's going to go and figure out how he can gain her trust. I said, what does he want? My mind was racing when he was like, I'm going to give you a prize. I'm like, what prize is it? Jesus. Is he going to try and get to near? It's like a dragon. My mind exploded. I couldn't deal. As I said, I don't trust this guy. I don't like this guy. Next thing we know, we see Sam. Yeah, remember the smart dude? The smart, world dude, Sam? That we will never guess? He's there. He's still dealing with the old bookkeepers in the library, because he was there to get information on the Night Walkers and on the Dragon Glass, all of that. So far, that doesn't work. All that stuff's in a restricted area, and he doesn't have access to it. He doesn't have clearance. So he's cleaning poop. He's extra. I made the mistake of eating while watching. I said no. Thank God, I was like, fast forward, fast forward, fast forward. Because again, I was watching in real time, then I stopped for food. And then, so that's why I said, oh, thank God, fast forward. I said, oh, no. Mm, no. So now he's talking to um, one of his technically mentors there. And the mentor, he's someone that's died, so they're weighing everything. They're keeping a record of everything. And Sam wants to know what will it take for him to get access to the restricted area. And the guy looks at him like, so I know why you're here. You're here because you're talking about White Walkers. You're saying that you were are they shooting fireworks really? Jesus, in the suburbs. Now, he said, oh, you know what? I actually believe you. I believe what you say because you have such conviction. The issue is we've survived that before. We've survived winter. Winter has always come and winter has always gone. People have died, but we still survived. Our job here is to be record keepers so that when those people who are just going and running around with their heads cut off, we're the ones that get to say, in this point in time, this happened, this point in time, that happened. We're history. We're retaining history. We're preserving it. That's what matters here. So don't worry about that. I understand why you're here. I just need you to know that at this point in time, that's not really our concern. And so that put a fire in Sam's belly. Sam went and stole the key to the restricted area and took the books himself. I said, oh no, he's going to get caught. He is going to get caught. He is going to get caught. Jesus, he's going to get caught. Now, next thing we know, we see, what is it, Brielle? And she's sparring with her apprentice. Of course, he's a lot weaker than her, but she gets distracted by curly hair, and then she gets hit by the apprentice, and she looked at him like, boom! She hit him right in his chest. And then while that was happening, I looked up and I said, no! Littlefinger, remove thyself from Sansa. That just sounds wrong. That just sounds so wrong. But Littlefinger again is trying to plant in Sansa's ear that okay, what is she doing here? Well, she's there to protect me. Well, you sure you're safe here? Of course I'm safe here. Well, are you sure that you're respected here? Yeah, I'm respected here. And again, Littlefinger's trying to do everything he can to try and weasel his way into Sansa's heart and into her mind. But he doesn't have to do much because he already knows there's a slight crack. There's always going to be a slight crack. She's always going to want more power. And there's nothing wrong with that. But if it's at the expense of her family's safety, then she needs to back off a little bit. Brienne comes up, says, oh, ugh, I don't like that man. I don't like him talking to you. I know he wants something from you. Of course, and I already know what it is. That's why I'm gaming him. Arya, she stopped by these soldiers, and you can tell they're Lannister soldiers. I said, oh, Lord. Arya, play it cool right now. You're not in the position to fight them. You're not. But before she got there, I heard these vocals. I said, wait a minute. I said, why am I loving this voice so much? You know when you hear a voice and there's something about it? I was trying to... but the life of me, I was kerfuckled. I think that's how you say it. I hope that's how you say it. I wasn't trying to curse you. But it was Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran, and I forgot that he had a role in this show. I looked at him and said to myself, they gave him a haircut. He fits right in with this. He fits right in. It is scary. He looked like he should be the regular. And so they invite her there. They give her food and drink. And they say, where are you trying to go? And like King's Landing. It's like, oh, why would you want to go there? It's trash. It's trash. And they're just talking about how one guy, he's going to have a baby. He hopes it's a girl because the girl will take care of the father. Another one, he makes wine, so she drinks the wine. And they even offer her food first. And at first I was like, oh Lord, I hope it doesn't get some weird thing where they find out something and they go after her, or if this is a trick and they're going to violate her. But no, it just looked like some friendly King's Landing people. And she could sense it too that they weren't really malicious or anything like that, or at least to her. And she just needed some nourishment right then and there. But then she says something that had me shook for about 2.5 seconds, and then reality kicked in. She talked about how, oh yeah, because they were like, so why are you trying to go there? I want to kill the queen. They all looked at her like, now mind you, they didn't look at their weapons. They were just looking at her. And then they started laughing. And then she did like a half laugh, but she was serious. You can tell in her, if you looked at her eyes, you would have known that she meant what she said. That's the funny part. A lot of people don't believe the truth when you tell it to them. Let's see. Next thing up was the Lord of the Light. They're still working. They're still with the brigade. I'm sorry. That top knot on one of the Lord of Light people was had me cackling. I don't know why. It just touched me a little bit. We get to this place that I don't know why it looked familiar. I don't know why it looked familiar. So let me know why it looked familiar. We get there, and you could tell that Brigade was trying to figure out, because he was like, we shouldn't stop here. No, it's fine. Because I thought maybe he knew it was a trap, but no, they died. They went inside, and they were setting up shop, and you could tell that there was a family there. They probably starved to death, so the father probably killed the daughter, and then himself, and it was sad. It was just really sad. And I said, oh wow, he has a heart. They told him to look into the fire once they got the fire started because he was like, I want answers. I have questions. They said, okay, we'll look into the fire because he's trying to figure out why is it that we can't bring her back or why can't she just come back like you can. They said, look into the fire. I'm saying, that's not going to work for him. Look into the fire. That's not going to work for him. Look into the fire. That's not going to work for him. But he looks into the fire reluctantly and he sees stuff. He sees stuff in his head. Like, I see, I see, I see, what is this? What is this? It was like he was in a fog. She was saying that he essentially saw the White Walkers. Obviously, we know winter is coming because winter is here, and that we don't have much time. And I said, I could have told you that myself, but okay. Okay. Well, I'm thinking, what does this mean for him? The fact that he was able to see all that. Who is he? Like, now I'm starting to think, who is he? Next thing we see is that he's burying the bodies, and he was trying to do a prayer, but it was like, no, that doesn't, I don't remember the words. So then, he was just like, all right. One of the Lord of the Light people came out and said, yeah, so you come back in or what? Because he's just like, I'm done. The prayer, I just, good wishes, well wishes, akuma nada. Sam, he's still trying to read the books, and then he sees this one book, and he realizes, oh my God, he has to send a letter to John, because in this letter, it'll contain the fact that he found Dragonstone. And Dragonstone is essentially a mount of Targaryen, on Targaryen land, a mountain that's filled with dragon glass, or where you can mine dragon glass, which means that that's where they can go and get their weapons to fight the White Walkers. I said, Sam, that's why we love you. Sam, that's why we love you. And your wife's okay too. She's okay too. She is. She is. There's this weird moment though when Sam's still doing his regular duties, which I'm wondering when is he going to get in trouble for stealing that book. But I'm sure he probably eventually put it back. But still, we saw this guy's burned hand, and I'm thinking, who did the Mother of Dragons catch on fire? And why haven't we seen her yet? Because he was asking, oh, did she touch land? Is she there yet? As far as we know, no. I'm thinking, who is he? So let me know, because my memory is like, I was like, dang, this show, it was gone for so long, and there's so many other things going on, and I can't remember every little thing. And it just killed me. But then we finally saw a girl. We saw the dragons. We saw her crew. They were coming home. Her home. I said, look at that. It looks untouched. The castle was untouched. The land was beautiful. It was large. The throne room. I said, of course, it has to be big because it was used to dragons used to fly around in there. I said that makes sense. Okay, they're looking at everything, and then they finally get to. It looks like the. I guess you can say like war room, and it looked almost like a map of sorts of Westeros, or maybe part of it. And they were like, okay, so are we gonna begin or what? Are you gonna begin or what? It was either a throne room or maybe it was where she quote unquote played when she was little. Either way, game time is over. I think it was like a war room. So that was it, guys. Please like, comment, subscribe. Of course, tell me everything and anything that I missed.